Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 70th episode of Don't Forget the Popcorn. All right, guys, this video is going to be a little different than my normal ones, a little more loose and unstructured, sorry. But we all know what today is today. The Oscar nominations were released this morning. Sorry I couldn't get this video out to you sooner. Was busy throughout the day. But I, like everyone else in the world of movies, was really excited, and I'm sure any of you guys watching this were excited as well. But I'm sure a lot of you were disappointed in some of the nominees, some people who did get in, some people who didn't get in. Guys, we're going to go over and talk about each category. I'm going to tell you guys my predictions on who I think is going to win. I'm going to tell you who I want to win. Now, I will say I haven't seen everything here, but I've seen probably about 90% of the films that are here. So I think I have a pretty good understanding and a pretty good idea of what could win. Now, of course, there's going to be bias like anybody. I have my favorites. I have films I think that shouldn't be here and actors I think that shouldn't be here. So we're just going to get right into it. I'm going to go in reverse order because if you look on their website, it is alphabetical by category. I'm going to go in reverse. So we're going to start with writing, best original screenplay. So the nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Maestro, May December, and Past Lives. Now, I think there are some very good films here in this category. I have seen all these. I do think that the oddball out is Maestro. Maestro, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a huge fan of the film. I didn't think it was that great, and I do not understand why it's so frequent in these nominations. But if you ask me who I think is going to win this award, this is a tough category. But I do think right now, Anatomy of a Fall and The Holdovers have just picked up a lot of steam over the last few months and has won quite a few awards at the precursors. So I think I'm going to actually go with Anatomy of a Fall. That is who I think is going to win. But who I would want to win this category would be Past Lives. I thought Past Lives was an incredible film, an incredible screenplay. And I'm just glad it's here and it's getting a nomination. But Maestro could easily be scratched off this list and replaced with a bunch of other things. All right, now, adapted screenplay. So we got American Fiction, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. Now, I have a strong confession to make, and I'm embarrassed to make it, but I still haven't seen The Zone of Interest, and it's driving me insane. Unfortunately, it's just not readily available, so I haven't been able to see it yet, but I've heard nothing but good things. Right now, I mean, I think that the Academy is going to load Oppenheimer up this year. So if you ask me who I think is going to win, I do think Oppenheimer is going to win. But I think the Poor Things screenplay was just brilliant. I'm really glad American Fiction made it in here because that is an incredible film and it's a good screenplay. But I want Poor Things to win. I think Oppenheimer wins. But I'm hearing nothing but good things about The Zone of Interest. So, that could come through and steal the show. All right, next category, visual effects. So we got The Creator, Godzilla -1, Guardians 3, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, and Napoleon. Now, this is an interesting category because I have not seen every movie here. I've actually only seen one, and that's Guardians 3. I will be watching -1 very, very soon. I've heard nothing but terrific things about this film. And I'm going to actually watch The Creator this weekend as well. Napoleon is kind of been one of the most divisive films of the year. A lot of people do like it, and a lot of people hate it. But if you're going to ask me, I kind of just got to take a shot in the dark here. I think they're going to come through and give it to -1 because -1 has kind of just shocked everyone. So I do think -1 has a good shot. If you ask me who I want to win, I don't really have a dog in this fight because I have not seen all of these. Only one I've seen is Guardians 3, which is a great film. I did enjoy it, but I think that -1 is probably going to take this. And based on what I'm hearing about minus one, it sounds like I'm going to love it. So we'll get back to that one. But right now, I think the winner is going to be minus one. All right, sound. We got The Creator, Maestro, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, Oppenheimer, and The Zone of Interest. Now, like I said, I haven't seen The Creator, Mission Impossible, or Zone of Interest, which is really driving me crazy not seeing Zone of Interest. But based on sound, I mean, Maestro did have some good sound. I will admit that. Obviously, Oppenheimer's use of sound is beautiful. But based on what I'm hearing and how sound was used to create the tone in the Zone of Interest, it sounds like the Zone of Interest might win this category. I'm not sure. Or it could just be like a Maestro sweeping. Or not, sorry, not Maestro, Oppenheimer sweeping. But right now, my pick to win this is the Zone of Interest. Now, because I haven't seen most of these films, I'm not going to pick who I would want to win. But I do think the sound in Oppenheimer was good. So I don't have a dog in this fight, but I'm going to go with the Zone of Interest for the win. All right. Live action short film. Now, I haven't seen, only one of these I've seen is The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. But the nominees are The After, Invincible, Night of Fortune, Red, White, and Blue, and The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Now, I love The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. I thought it was incredible. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was incredible. Cool visuals by Wes Anderson, as always. I mean, I hope that wins, but I mean, you know, I'm not. I don't have a dog in this fight. So let's move on. Animated short film. Now, I ain't seen none of these. Now, I really don't get into these categories, I'm to be honest, but I will go over it for you guys. The nominees are Letter to a Pig, 95 Senses, Our Uniform, Pachyderm? I think that's right. War is Over. And it's inspired by the music of John and Yoko, which is pretty cool. That could be something cool. Well, maybe I'll have to check that out. But those are the nominees. I don't know who wins, so you take that with how you want. All right, production design. We got Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. Now, man, this is a tough one. But if you ask me who I think is going to win, I do think they're going to show Barbie some love and reward Barbie with this because let's keep it real. The world that was created in Barbie is insane. It's a beautiful world. It's a pink paradise. I think what they were able to pull off with that is magnificent. But if you're asking me, my pick for a winner has got to be Poor Things, man. It's one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen. It's insane. And don't get me wrong, Killers was great on the production design. So was Oppenheimer. And from what I've seen from Napoleon, it looks beautiful. So I think this is a good category as far as what they got nominated. But Barbie for the win, my pick would be Poor Things. All right. One of the big dogs. Best Picture. All right, you get the most nominees in this category. So, fortunately, there's only one film of these I haven't seen. All right, yeah, American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. Now, like I said, man, the Zone of Interest has picked up some incredible steam over the last month. And I mean, wow, I mean, it's snuck into some really big categories here, which is very great for this film. I like Jonathan Glazer as a director. I think this film is, when I see it, I know I'm going to love it. So I'm really excited for it. But right now, this is a hard pick. But we all know American Fiction is not going to win. Barbie's probably not going to win. Maestro better not win. Honestly, Maestro shouldn't be here. I think we should replace Maestro with either May, December, or something a little better like that. We could have went with a lot of picks over Maestro. I'm really sad the Iron Claw isn't getting any love. I think the Iron Claw, had it came out a little bit sooner, I think we would be having different conversations. I think that would be in here. My pick for the win here that I think is going to win. I mean, come on. How do you deny Oppenheimer? It's been It's a darling. It's this year's award season darling. So I do think Oppenheimer is going to take this. If I was picking, my favorite film of the year was Poor Things. So I would probably pick Poor Things, but I mean, The Holdovers was also incredible. Anatomy of a Fall was incredible. I know The Zone of Interest was incredible. I didn't see it, but I know it is. So, I mean, Killers was incredible. Like, this is a stacked category. This is a good category. I think they got a lot of the films right here. For the win, Oppenheimer, my pick would be Past Lives. Music, best original song. The Fire Inside from Flaming Hot. I have not seen this and I don't know what it is. I'm Just Ken from Barbie. It Never Went Away from American Symphony. Wahazizi, A Song for My People from Killers of the Flower Moon. And What Was I Made For from Barbie. I can't stand the What Was I Made For song. I thought it was terrible. I've never heard The Fire Inside, so I don't know. It Never Went Away. I have no clue what that is. But based on what I've heard, I think that my pick would probably be I'm Just Ken because I found it funny and I think, it's just a silly, cute song. But I mean this killer song, A Song for My People, I don't want to keep butchering the title. I mean, because of the type of song it is, and I'm sure, that's gonna get some attention. So we may see that win, but right now, honestly, this category could be up in the air. It could go a lot of ways, but my pick is I'm Just Ken, and I think I'm Just Ken is gonna win. That's my pick. I could be totally wrong there. All right. Music, original score. Ooh, this is one of the best categories this year. You got American Fiction, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I mean, John Williams, if he makes a score, it's gonna get nominated. Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. Now, I love all these scores. These are all great scores. But for me personally, I think that the score for Oppenheimer, Killers, and Poor Things just really propelled those films and really added to the weight of them. Oppenheimer is going to win. But I personally think that the score for Killers, in my own opinion, really brought some of those scenes to life, man. My pick for the win, who I think is going to win, Oppenheimer, but my personal pick, Killers of the Flower Moon. All right, makeup and hairstyling. We got Golda, which I have not seen. I heard good things though. Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and Society of the Snow. Makeup and hairstyling. I mean, I'm kind of shocked Barbie didn't make it in this category. Um, I guess the hairstyling and makeup itself wasn't that crazy, but I did think Barbie would possibly get into this category. I think the best part of Maestro is some of the makeup and hairstyling. I mean, the prosthetics and all that they got on Bradley Cooper, it looked pretty good, I think. But I gotta go with Poor Things, man. Poor Things, dude. The look they got on Emma Stone and Willem Dafoe. Oh my God, you see that, man? How do you not go with that? But I actually think they're gonna hand this to Poor Things, and I think that's who I want to win, and that's who I think is gonna win. So, Poor Things for that one. All right, best international features. All right, so we got Io Capitano from Italy. Perfect Days from Japan, Society of the Snow from Spain, The Teacher's Lounge from Germany, and The Zone of Interest from the UK. Guys, I think this is already pretty much the Zone of Interest reward. I mean, they already won this. They're going to get awarded the statue for this. The film has just picked up too much steam to be denied, I believe. I'm shocked we don't have Fallen Leaves in here. And I guess Korea didn't pick Past Lives for their entry, but I mean, I'm really shocked that it's up for Best Picture, so I don't know. It's kind of crazy it's not in here, but I think the Zone of Interest pretty much got this, so that's my pick. Film editing, Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. No, I think the editing in the holdovers was incredible. The look they got for it was insane. It looks like a 70s movie. It looked like a 70s movie that came out in the 70s, which is really impressive. I think Anatomy of a Fall was beautifully edited. It Some of the cuts they use and the way it's really great. Killers is incredibly edited. It For a 3.5 hour movie, bro, it paces so beautifully. It was perfectly edited. Same thing with Oppenheimer. But god damn, man, how do you deny Poor Things? Poor Things is edited to perfection. Like, oh my god, like, dude, the transitional cuts they use and the way this film just looks is just it's nothing like it, man. It's beautiful. My pick for the win here. I actually think they're gonna pick Oppenheimer here, but my personal pick would be Poor Things. Documentary or short film. I didn't see any of these, but I've heard some good things about a few of these. I'll go over the noms. The ABCs of book banning, The Barber of Little Rock, Island in Between, The Last Repair Shop, and Nene and WIPO. I've seen none of these. I have no idea who's going to win. Best of luck to everyone in it. Documentary feature film. I heard good things about these two. Bobby Wine, The People's President, The Eternal Memory, Four Daughters, To Kill a Tiger. I heard that's really good. 20 Days and Mariupol. I got no dog in this fight either. But based on what I heard To Kill a Tiger is awesome. So that'd be cool if that won. I'll check some of these out. I won't lie, I'm not crazy about documentaries. I like them. I just, don't have a lot of time to watch them. All right. Big category. Directing. Oh, man. Let me just start out by saying I am so glad that Bradley Cooper was not in here for Maestro. His direction was not great in that film, if you ask me. So we got Justine Triet for Anatomy of a Fall. Marty Scorsese, the GOAT, for Killers. Chrissy Nolan for Oppenheimer. My man Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things. And Johnny Glazer for The Zone of Interest. Now, like I said, I still haven't seen The Zone of Interest, but the fact that he's got in for Best Picture, Best International Feature, Best Director, this film is going to come home with some statues. And I don't think it's going to win this one, but I mean, just the fact that it's nominated, like no Alexander Payne for The Holdovers, that's a little crazy. I thought that was kind of wild. No Greta Gerwig for Barbie, which I'm not upset about that. I thought she gave great direction, but Barbie's Barbie, there's some man, no Todd Phillips for May December. Or not Todd Phillips, Todd Haynes. Sorry, no Todd Haynes for May December. That's another one that kind of shocked me. There's quite a bit of shocking that some of them didn't make it. Like Celine's song for Past Lives could have been in here, but my pick for who I think is gonna win. I mean, they're gonna give it to Nolan. They're gonna give it to him, and that's fine. Like that's fine. Oppenheimer is awesome. But for me, man, I think I'd have to give it to my man Yorgos. Man, Yorgos, what he did with Poor Things was just, my lord, man. He directed his ass off. So the winner will probably be Oppenheimer, but my pick would be Poor Things. Costume design: Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. Uh, from what I've seen from Napoleon, the costumes look awesome, man. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if I'm shocked that it's gotten this many nominations, but it could win. It could win based on what I've seen from it. It looks great. But I think they're going to hand Barbie this one, or maybe even Poor Things. I don't think Killers or Oppenheimer should win, but Poor Things or Barbie, I think it takes. I'm going to go with Barbie for the win, and my pick actually probably be Barbie as well if I was picking. So Barbie across the board for me. Cinematography: we got El Conde, which I haven't seen. We got Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. I mean, God, I cannot believe the amount of nominations Maestro is getting. It's like it's really trippy. Like for cinematography, I would have put Past Lives in here before Maestro. Like Maestro just ain't that good. Like let's just keep it. Maestro isn't that great of a film. So even with these great technical things about it, it's just kind of it's hard to overlook the fact the movie's boring. So I mean, I don't know. Maestro, I'm out on. Killer cinematography in Oppenheimer's is oh my god, bro, some of the best I've seen in a while. I think I think they're gonna give this award. I think they're gonna give it to Oppenheimer. But I think for me, I would have to take Killers of the Flower Moon for this category. But Oppenheimer is gonna win this one. But Killers, man, that shot where the oil's coming up and they're dancing in it. Oh, it's one of the best shots of the year, man. All right. Animated feature. Now I've seen pretty much all these. Boy in the Heron, Elemental, Nimona, Robot Dreams. I haven't seen that. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Now, we all know Elemental, Nimona, and Robot Dreams ain't gonna win. This is coming down to the Boy in the Heron and Spider-Man. That's it. It's Hayao Miyazaki versus Marvel. So I don't know who's gonna win that one. I mean, Boy in the Heron did win the Globe, which is crazy. I'm kind of sad I don't see Suzume in here. I would have liked to have seen that movie in here, but it is what it is. But I think the Academy is going to award Spider-Man with this award. Spider-Man was just something incredible. The animation style in that movie is just insane. So I do think Spider-Man is going to get this from the Oscars, but I would not be shocked if The Boy and the Heron won. I think Spider-Man will be my pick. I think what it was able to achieve is just monumental. So I would have to go with Spider-Man for this one, even though Hayao Miyazaki is my dude. All right, getting into some gritty categories, some of the more important ones. Best Actress in a Supporting Role. Emily Blunt with her first Oscar nomination. So happy for her. She is my favorite actress working. Her and Cate Blanchett are my two favorite actresses working right now. Daniel Brooks, The Color Purple. I haven't seen that. Honestly, I have no desire to see it. America Ferrera for Barbie. That is a joke of a nomination right there. I mean, we could have put Julianne Moore in there for May December. We could have put Rachel McAdams in there for Are You There, God? Like, how did we get America Ferrera in here? Is it because of the little monologue she gave at the end? Is that really worth an Oscar nom? I don't think so. That's definitely at the bottom of my list on here. Jodie Foster for Nyad, and Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. Now, I think at this point, this is kind of Divine's. I think she's pretty much swept the precursors, so I think this is kind of Divine's to win. I do think she is going to win it. She's incredible in the film, well deserved. I got no problems with it. And honestly, to me, out of everyone in this I don't think she was properly used in Oppenheimer. I don't think she was necessarily directed the best by Nolan, but she, of course, gives a great performance, especially towards the end. But it's not her time yet. Her time will come. She gonna win some Oscars. So Devon Joy Randolph for the win, and that will be my pick as well. Actor in a supporting role. Oh, this has been a controversial one. Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction. It's nice to see his name in here. Awesome. Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, and Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. Now, man, I was a little upset to not see Charles Melton in this category for May December. I thought he was brilliant. Teo Yu from Past Lives, I would have loved to see him in this category. They're snubbing my Asians this year, man. It's not cool. But it looks like Robert Downey Jr. is going to sweep this. I think he gives a good performance. I really do. I love Robert Downey Jr. He's beloved. I love him. But for me, his performance just didn't it didn't hit me like that. I thought I'm gonna be honest. I thought De Niro was far more important to his film and more effective. Same thing with Ryan. Ryan Gosling is a huge part of Barbie's success. Ryan Gosling, he makes that movie. Like, let's keep it real. Without Ryan Gosling, Barbie wouldn't be as good. I think we all know that. Mark Ruffalo, absolutely incredible in Poor Things. Would have loved to see my man Willem Dafoe in here, but I do think maybe this isn't his time. But it would have been nice to see Willem because he's been a beloved gem forever. He's incredible. For the win, who I think is gonna win, I think they're gonna give it to RDJ for Oppenheimer. But if I'm picking off this list, I, I think I'm actually going to go with Mark Ruffalo. I think I would take Mark Ruffalo. He brought something we've never really seen from him before, and he was funny, and I loved him. I thought Mark Ruffalo was incredible. All right. Last but certainly not least. Oh, no, no, no. Sorry. Um, I totally skipped over actress in a leading role. I apologize. Okay, this is an important one. Sorry. Best actress. Annette Bening for Naiad. Lily Gladstone for Killers. Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall. Carey Mulligan for Maestro. And Emma Stone for Poor Things. Now, I think Carey Mulligan is the only thing that really deserves any kind of big awards credit from Maestro. She was incredible. It was really her movie. It felt like her movie. It felt like the film was about her. It didn't feel like it was about Leonard. But I thought she was incredible. But she would be probably third on my list. Maybe even fourth. I don't know. Top of my list, though. As much as I love Lily Gladstone, I thought she was incredible. She was beautiful. She was just a beacon of hope in this dark movie, Killers of the Flower Moon. And I thought she was incredible. And I think what she did for her people and spreading awareness to certain things is just incredible. But this needs to go to Emma Stone. Emma Stone killed this role. I fell in love with her in this role. And I've been watching Emma Stone since 2007. And, I've always liked her. She's always been good. Never had any issues with her. I thought her Oscar win for La La Land was kind of But this, she deserves this. I'm looking at her totally different. So my pick personally would be Emma Stone. I don't know who they're going to pick, but I think it comes down to Stone or Gladstone. But I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked if, for whatever reason, Sandra Hüller came through and stole this from them. But my pick for the win, I think they're going to pick Lily Gladstone. But I would take Emma Stone. Okay. Now, last but not least, sorry. Best actor. Bradley Cooper, Maestro. Coleman Domingo, Rustin. Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers. Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer. And Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. First things first, I am so glad to see Coleman Domingo and Jeffrey Wright sneak in here. That's awesome for them. They were great for their respective films, but this ain't their year. I think it comes down to two for this. Why Bradley Cooper is... I get why Bradley's here. This is the most Oscar baity movie and performance I've ever seen. It's just, this movie just screamed, give me an Oscar. As I was watching, I was just so bored, and I was just like, this dude wants an Oscar more than anything on this planet. And I get it. It's one of the most prestigious awards you can have as an actor. But having said all that, I'm sorry. I would take out Bradley Cooper. I would have slid in maybe Leonardo DiCaprio for Killers. Maybe even Nicolas Cage for Dream Scenario. Zac Efron for Iron Claw. I think all those performances were better than Bradley Cooper's, and I would much rather watch again than see his movie again. I pray to God he doesn't win. I do not think he should win. Right now, it's Paul's or Cillian's. It's down to them two. They have been the darlings at the precursors. It's really hard to say who's going to win. Honestly, I do think they're going to give it to Cillian Murphy just because Oppenheimer is going to sweep this season. But I would not be upset if my man Paul Giamatti came through and got the Oscar. But because I've loved Cillian for so long and he's been patient, he's worked hard, he's waited out his time, I just think that they are going to throw this at my man Killian, and I do want him to win. That is my pick to win, just because I thought his performance and what he gave a subtle, subdued, very emotional performance, and he does a lot without doing a lot, if that makes any sense at all. I thought what Killian brought to the screen was magical. And I know a lot of people don't want him to win. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see Giamatti take this, even if like Jeffrey Wright randomly took this. That'd be awesome. But I think this is Killian's to lose. Um, so he's my pick for the win, and I think he's my personal pick as well. So that's what we got, guys. Those are the Oscar nominations. We all been waiting. A lot of chalk on here. Not a lot of risk, not a lot of diversity, which kind of upset me. There's a lot of films that I feel like got overlooked. There was some people in here that shouldn't be in here. Like all these Maestro nominations, get them out, man. Where's the May December love? That was a way better Netflix movie. You know what I mean? We're like no love for Dream Scenario at all. And I know Iron Claw came out kind of late, but man, how do you deny that film? I don't know, man. I look. I'm just here reporting on it. We're gonna see here in the next month or so. People are gonna pick up steam. People are gonna lose steam. We're gonna see what happens. But this is gonna be very exciting, guys. Do me a favor if you made it to the end here. I appreciate you. Like and subscribe for more movie content, guys. I will be back later this week with a video for you guys, and we'll go over this again. And we'll once we get closer to it and really narrow it down and see who's gonna come out on top, guys. So appreciate you guys watching, and don't forget the popcorn.